Well, welcome along. This is another edition of Talking CRM with Jeff and David.
Can I move now, David? Can I move and talk?
This is live.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jeff Richards, and this is David.
That's it, something like that. So welcome to Feb's edition. We're recording this on the day that Jeff Bezos has announced he's leaving Amazon. And I think it's a classic midlife crisis, isn't it? Gives up his day job, divorces his wife. What do you do next, Jeff?
Well, you go down the garden shed and build model kits. His model kit is just going to be a space rocket, bit larger than the Airfix or the toy railway set that most people when they decide to retire. Yes. I suppose it's really good. He's decided to spend more time with his money.
Indeed. Good for him. He's going to need a bigger garage, to paraphrase another movie. All right. I have two things I'd like to cover today. Jeff, I imagine you're going to have more this time just to catch up with me.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
All right.
I'm going to try my best efforts to talk as much as you do.
Good luck. Before we talk about the big thing, which is the release of 2021 R1, it's our new release coming out shortly, I wanted to take a moment just to remind everyone of the commitment to the product from the Sage Group. When I took over the commercial management a few years back now, Jeff and I agreed that we really needed to increase our dialogue, the socialization of the strategy of the product with our various stakeholders around the world, our regional operators, the partners in those, and the customers, of course. And in particular, I wanted to rejuvenate the belief, the commitment to the product in a market that is still growing, still as relevant as ever to our customers. And I particularly wanted to increase the depth of understanding of what CRM can do for businesses, because sometimes for some customers, they kind of go, I can't see how it would work for me. So Jeff and I spend a lot of time talking about the story of the product in action in customers and things like that for partners, operating companies and so forth around the world. Right, Jeff?
Yeah, right. And you mentioning rejuvenation. Horrible image of vampire queens having baths of maiden's milk and things like that. Terrible. I will probably have to cut this. But rejuvenation is seems to be a buzzword within Sage at the moment. We've been doing a lot of rejuvenation is essentially something that you have to live as a product owner, and we have a framework of a 3-year rolling roadmap. The whole point about constantly looking at that, and it's a really hard period that we spend biannually. Yep. Looking at drilling into the roadmap to make sure that not only are we making sure that we're fit as a product to go on and support the accounting products as the whole move to support customers as they move to the cloud under their own speed, make sure that our software is capable of supporting that message for Sage, but it's also really about providing comfort to investors, people who have put their money in and effort into the product. That's our customers and our partners who want to get the best out of that.
Yeah, and I think
it's all about commitment, really.
And you're right. And I think that providing that reassurance, that rejuvenation has made a difference. You know, we've spoken in a couple of the past sessions about how the product sales have continued to climb in the last 6 to 9 months. And in fact, more than that, over the last couple of years, really, and is now pretty much tracking the forecast that you get from analysts about what that sector should be doing. So the year that was 2020 and seems to be continuing into 2021 has only accelerated that demand as well. So we're now ready to bring our next release to market. That's 2021 R1. And it is a significant release, Jeff.
It is a significant release. I almost want to say, though, 2021 R1, that was so last week. Because I've already had conversations with developers about the features that we're adding into 2021 R2, that we're on sprint 0 for that already.
Yeah, so there we go. So a rolling roadmap, just as you described, right? Significant release. It's more than just simple stuff in this release as well. It's really executed well, I think, on delivering interface and user experience improvements. There's a lot of pain points we're trying to get rid of for our users, and even more capabilities being enhanced in the integrations. Yeah,
it's It is packed. It's been very nice. The senior managers have commented down and said we managed to squeeze a lot into this release. We've not had any additional resource for this, but what we've done is I think we've queued up the thought process, and we're delivering in 2021 R1 a lot of the if you like, the things that we were preparing for in the previous releases. So this is going back to that process right back in 2018 and thinking about what do we need to do. We established the idea that each release would have a set of themes, a set of concepts that what we were trying to achieve in this. We did the last release saw big changes with API endpoints and things. This release as well was building on that. Masses of features for developers and also importantly customers to be able to say that will make my life easier.
Exactly. So click to dial links, OAuth 2 for internal emails and the advanced email management engine, more on the APIs you talked about, self-service password recovery, more on inline. Lots of stuff.
That's giving hours per week back to system administrators. They can do other things.
A new strapline for the release, giving hours back. Anyway, stay tuned for the local release dates in your region. Moving on, I wanted to also, we touched on this, or we sort of trailed this last time, I think, in the UK market, our home market as it was, is the Sage UK operating company have decided, given the success and the respect of the #1 CRM partner, Cumulus Solutions, that's Cumulus K with a K, I was going to say no, with a Q, David, Cumulus. They're going to use their integration technology, which is called QNECT, QUNECT 200, as the default offering for further sales, future sales of Sage 200 finance product with Sage CRM. And that's good because it's a good solid product, has a very good reputation in the reseller marketplace and for customers. It's a real-time integration tool. It works from 7.3 onwards and from Sage 200 2017 onwards. So it goes back quite a way as well as forward. And you've got some great features in there, like creating Sage 200 customers in the finance system directly from CRM, as well as suppliers. It synchronizes product and price information automatically back and forward. So you can do the standard Sage CRM quote and order screens, but using the underpinning finance data to populate. You can do things like query warehouse to see stock levels automatically from the CRM screens. You can see all sorts of other stuff in real-time data views in CRM as well from the back office, from the finance. So it's a really nice story. I think it's going to be well regarded and is eagerly anticipated, if I can use those words, by the reseller channel in the UK. And it gives a chance for people to both be confident in future buying, but also if they want, they can go back and migrate some of their older customers off the older technology too. So wins on both sides there, Jeff.
Wins on both sides, and really all the announcements have been shared now by the UK team. They're up on Sage City. You can read more about that there. Actually, any big releases like this, any big changes like that, they're always messaged on Sage City. So it's important to check Sage City out for any of the announcements that come out as well. Now that's even down into your local operating company. There might be support arrangements and things which are changed slightly. I noticed there was one just today about South Africa coming up as well.
So they're my two things. So what have you got to share with us today?
What have I got to share? Well, did you know that 2021 R1 was released? Have we mentioned that? That was something of a highlight. But we're doing quite a lot of really changes in supporting, because the product is not just about the software. The product is as a whole, all the training materials, all the resources that you can get. It's documentation. It's also things like API guides. And the part of our modernization strategy is to make sure that developers got the right tools in the right place, the right availability, and they're positioned in the right place as well. And the good news is that we got making serious progress to be able to get all our documentation on the RESTful APIs up onto developer.sage.com, so onto the developer homepages. And so it's there amongst all of the cloud native and cloud connected products that Sage has, and it is demonstrating that forward momentum for Sage CRM about making sure that developers have the tools that they need to be able to delight customers.
Excellent news. Good to hear.
There is also, what else to say? Yes, now, talking about resources, this is something that we want to be able to shout out about, which is the, coupled with the release of 2021 R1, we've made some changes to what is our resource center for add-ons and example code, as well as the marketplace for Sage CRM extensions. So do check that out. Do have a look at this is the community site, so community.sagecrm.com, and I'm sure we'll be able to put a pointer up onto the screen to be able to make sure that you know where to find all of those. And we've had some new additions in there from companies all over the world, so especially around things like Accelerator, all updated to make sure that it is compliant with 2021. So thank you very much to all of the developer partners and ISVs who are working hard to make sure that they're testing with the most up-to-date versions.
And if you're not a developer and you think you should have something up there, do contact us, because I know there's a few up there that aren't there yet, as in I know about them and they're not listed. So come and talk to us.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we've got some new things that should be going up soon, which aren't up there at the moment. Now, amongst the things that I should point out is that we messaged a little while ago that we had stopped development on our mobile app. You can find out about the mobile apps that our partners provide, CRM Together, which plug the gap of functionality. That's all described up on the marketplace as well. So it's a really good place to be able to get that sort of information. Shall I say anything about what else is happening in the development community around integration with places like South Africa, for example?
You're making this sound very cloak and dagger. Is there something?
No. It's not cloak and dagger. I'm just making sure that people know that integrations are happening with new products, and there's a new integration coming out. We were talking to our colleagues in South Africa just this week, and we understand that there is a new integration for the Sage 200 South African product, which is the Sage Evolution product. You might know it as Pastel Evolution, but that's coming out now, end of Q2 that we're expecting. So that's March. Okay, that's March.
Good. All right, that'll be good news, because there's a significant base still of Pastel customers, and they would welcome that as well. In fact, I feel that completely independent of that conversation, Jeff, an inquiry just this morning from a UK user of Pastel. There you go.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
It is incredible how products are used around the world.
Yeah, I think it's a South African company in the UK. There you go. So I feel like I haven't got anything else to say. Have you got anything else to say?
No. I've shared all I could. I'm an oversharer, really.
I think we should leave it there, don't you?
I think we should, yes.
Until next month, it's goodbye from us.
Goodbye.